Okay, mate.
Okay. I don't think that the what's what's changed golf is the availability to understand what the pivot's doing. Uh, Most of those you probably grew up playing where at the top of the backswing, your shoulders were not in the center of your stance, but they were toward the inside of your right thigh. And in order for you to make a move there to the ball, you had to slide, you had to shift with your knees, and then you rotate it.
Yeah,
That
that's good.
that was the pattern of the, I don't know, 60s, 80s. Not everybody did it, but that was the majority. That's what majority of people did. They got there,
Done
and
over
then
here,
they
yeah.
and then you shifted,
Transferred and then
and
tap.
then you let your arms go through.
Yeah.
Um, when I it had to have been sometime around the late 80s, early 90s. The influence of Mac O'Grady, etc. And what happened then is what they basically did is they stopped shifting to the right so much. They put pressure into the right foot and they recentered themselves so that at the top of the backswing, whenever you got to the top, your shoulder line, instead of being over your right foot, was now over the middle of your stance. But you've already started there your downswing. And then there's a picture of Hogan from the rear that was put out in sometime in that time period. This guy did this from the rear. And basically what Hogan did was he moved into his front foot at the end of the backswing. So he started his downswing before the backswing was completed. And right from there, so go back and do that. Now, if you try to swing your arms from there, it's tough. That's more of a pivot release. It's more of a swivel in the pivot. It's the left hip coming back, the right hip going forward. That's a different pattern. Now, what was happening before then, that would be a rotational pattern. What was happening before then was what was left over from the 80s was you're going to shift into your left foot, you're going to swing your arms through, and you're going to come through basically about like what you're doing right there. Now, when you do that particular motion, I think there's more of an left uncocking of the left wrist, curling of the left wrist to hit the ball to get the club to go through. The problem with that was that when you did that, you tended to take the club head too much down the target line, and that led to a push action or a little bit of a hook action. So that's one pivot. So that's basically that's an idea. What I think the guys are doing right now is they're making a motion. They're going in the center, but they're allowing the pivot to sling the arms, and there's not as much uncocking in that particular motion. It's more flexion extension through impact
What do you mean
because they're using the ground. Pardon?
flexion extensions? What do you mean by
Uh,
that? What do you?
Arched, arched to bent, bent to arched. Flexion is. I don't know. You can
That
see
way?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the other way. That's extension. Where's my stupid picture? Why am I not up there? I can't see myself. Oh, there it is. There's a big. Oh, there's a big recording thing. I got to click. Okay, there I am. This is flexion. That's extension. Flexion, extension.
So in the backswing, they did what?
On the backswing, you can basically, you're going to make the takeaway without any roll. You're going to make the takeaway without any roll, and then the club is going to curve up to the top. And when you get to the top, you're either going to be flat or you can be flat, maybe a little bit bent. You can be bent. A lot of the guys that are on tour right now, like Ram and Morikawa, and those guys are being a little bit arched. They're a little bit arched that way as they go through. But the problem, this is what I sent to you to look at, to feel. If your hand's raising up through impact, the face is going to be open. If you're up there now, in order to not hit the ball to the right, you've got to curl the last 3 fingers to close it. Okay, now go back in front of your right thigh. Now stop there. Now push the handle down and turn your body. No, you're going out. Push the handle down and let it go around. There's the motion going through. Now the face isn't closing as fast. The face is more square to the arc as I go through. And that's more a pivot release as opposed to an arm swing release.
I gotcha.
And basically, the reason you don't have to uncock in that motion is because you're rotating your body, you're getting right side bend, and the right side bend is replacing the uncocking to get you down to the ball level.
Right side bend.
Right side bend. When you go back to horizontal. Now push down with your hands. Go around the corner. You're getting right side bend right there on your right side.
Bend which way?
The right side is bending toward the ground, a little bit, maybe a little bit. There's just a little bit of motion as you're able to stay in your posture whenever you do that. There you go. See, and the ball doesn't start left because the face is hitting the inside of the ball. And it's coming from the inside, so your release pattern is a baby draw. There's your motion. That's the thing I had you do when we've talked in the past about putting the stretch band over your neck and putting your thumbs down and stretching your arms, both arms down. Look at me a minute. I'm not sure you can see me, but my hands are going down this way. My hands are going down, and then I'm moving around the corner like so. I'm moving around the corner. When my hands are down, if my hands come up, the face opens, and then I have to curl the club under to square the face. Otherwise, I'm going to hit a push to the right. But if my hands are pushing my hands down, like you were just doing, lets the club head move in an arc around you with the face more square, and the hands are going around the corner. They're going around the inside. Go back to the push down. Yeah, if you push down like that, there's your motion. I mean, you're never going left. I mean, take that back. You're never going the club head down the target line too far. And the ball didn't go left. The ball starts on line.
Hands are low, the hips can go.
Yeah.
When your hands are low, the hips go.
You go around the corner. And see, you don't. So, Peter, stop for a minute.
Yeah.
If I was doing the yardstick drill and I was pushing my hands down, when you do, I forget what number it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start down to 7. Start down to 7. 8 is left hand, right is left arm, left hand swivel. Okay. Now from there, but keep your hands down and push toward the ball and go around the corner. You've got to keep going, go around the corner, let your body move. You don't need to have that extra rotation. I don't need that second swivel to square the face because it's already square. Now, if you go down to that point and you raise the hands up as you push with the right hand. If you push with the right hand toward the ball, the handle's going up, it's moving away from you. Now I have to close the face with the left hand again. Whereas the other way, I don't have to close it again. It's already closed. Now close it. Now go around the corner. Don't push to right field. Push down with the hands. There. Keep going. Now you've got a circular motion through the ball. So it's almost like you're teaching your hands how to go because the club is moving in a circle around you.
Yep.
I mean, I realize that's not twist it, close it.
That's
Well, you don't even have to do that because go back up where you were. Go back to up where you were with your hands there. Now, push your hands down. Keep pushing them down. And now let your body turn. The club squares on its own. I don't need to have that extra. Now push down in the club. Push down with the hands. Keep the hands pushing down. Don't let the hands come up. Club face closes almost on its own. If you want, you get a passive closing of the golf club.
constant rate of closing.
Pardon?
It's a
You get a
constant rate of
passive,
closing.
yeah, right. You get a slower rate of
It's a
closing.
constant. Yeah.
That's what I sent you when you were going to Adelaide and you were going to get back with me.
Yeah. No, yeah, gotcha. Basically, just a case of we just, if you try to keep at the bottom of the swing for as long as possible.
Well, here's the other thing that happens when you do this, Peter, is you end up, impact ends up on your right side. It's not in the middle of your body, it's on the right side. If you pose impact with the hips open, okay, open the hips, you basically got the hands on the right side of your body. That's where you want to be. Now, as you strike the ball and continue to go, yeah, the hands are on the right side of your body.
Just slow down. Just so that, Chris, we're on the same clarity here. No wandering doubt. So when we swing it back and we're coming down.
Right there. Stay there. Whoa. Don't get your hands too far in front of you. Let your body, okay, push with your hip and open your left hip up. Basically, you're hitting the ball with your hands to the right side of your sternum. See, now you don't do that because your shoulders are going up as you're going through. If you keep your hands pushing down, your shoulders don't go up that much. And all of a sudden, it's a different release pattern. And see, the ball goes dead straight. You're not trying to do anything. And you're not chasing the club down the target line. The club head is moving more in an arc around your body as you're hitting the ball. So it's almost like the club head reversed engineers what the hands are doing. Yeah, like you're right there. That's my... Okay, now hit one this time. Hit one this like an arm swing. Go back and do everything the same, except that when you start down, swing your arms. And now you have to rotate your forearms, and you don't get as much of a round. You don't get as much of the club moving around whenever you do that. And that's got a little bit more of an uncocking release that you get with because your left wrist is uncocking and then it's curling, or it's uncocking and then its last three fingers are curling, which basically puts you in an arched position.
Pretty well, not to be stuck on position, but get the flow.
Pardon me?
It's good to get the flow.
Yeah.
The flow is the go.
But see, and so when you go through and do that, your hips don't stall. Your hips move, the chest moves, the club moves in a circle.
Yeah, the one thing, Chris is very much on this. Don't get stuck trying to be heel. Make sure you get everything release the right side.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that I think Lee is to stay connected, very much connected through the ball.
Well, my feel, Peter, that's different is that when I would come down where my hands get below my belt on the downswing, let me get rid of that. When my hands would get below my chest, maybe about belt high, what I would tend to do when I work with Jim, with Flick, is I would tend to swing my arms past my body and the club would tend to go, I never went to right field, but the club would tend to go down the target line squarish and then come back to the inside. I think if I did it right now, when I get into that position, I'd let my pivot, because I got with left hand resisting, the right hand pushing, I let my pivot bring my club in behind just in front of my right side and make me be a little bit more rotary as I go through, which, Chris, what you said, you feel more connected when you're doing that. My arms aren't working off my chest. My arms are staying on my chest as I work my way all the way around. It's just a different pattern. And I say pattern, I don't say swing, Chris, because if I say swing in the golfing machine, that means something different. So that's why I say it's a different stroke pattern.
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
And if I try to, I think what happened when I first started doing this, if I try to push off my left leg, off my feet, to add a little bit more ground reaction force to it, it's very difficult to uncock and rotate the club as I go through and do that. If I'm pushing up, it's much easier to go flex extend. I feel a little bit more of a catapult motion with them going through. Anyway, that's kind of where my thought process is. I think the pivot has changed. Pivot's changed how we play. I think Hogan did that. I think Sam Snead did that. I've got some pictures of Sam Snead coming through in the ball, and they're working that club end to end. They're not working that club down the target line like we did, like I was taught before. And it's a workable pattern, and there's guys in the Hall of Fame that way, but that's just not how my preference would be. I want my pivot to move my arms. And the pivot can move my arms because of what we're doing with our hands. We can resist and push, and then if you go back and as you change directions, the left hand's pushing in and the right hand's pushing out. Now the club is on the right side of my body. Now keep that turn and keep that connection and turn. There you go. There. Then you get to the inside almost every time. You're not talking to me. You like it or don't like it, or I know it's a little bit different than what we've been doing.
Yeah, I think, Pete, in your follow through, you like with your pitching, your club goes too much out and up
Yeah.
rather than around. So yeah, a bit more like that.
Yeah, and my feeling, Chris, is whenever you go out and up, you've got to curl the left hand to square the face back up.
Yeah, that's a good point, Lee. What do you think of that, Pete?
Always said you want to have your hands low so your hips can go. So if you get to here, the hands move the hips don't move the hands. They do, but you'd rather have.
Yeah, but if you're raising your hips up, if you raise your hands up through impact, you stall the pivot.
Oh, you don't.
If you
there's no-
keep your hands pushing down, the pivot goes. And your chest goes. Pivot and your chest, they both begin to rotate around.
Yeah, when your hands are low,
Yeah,
the hips
yeah,
can,
yeah.
can go.
There's the motion. That's the motion right there.
So no, it's not up.
Well,
And
but
it's,
that's not what the yardstick drill does.
yes, it does. Watch this.
No, it doesn't. The yardstick drill, when you after you close the first time, you're pushing to right field with your right arm and you're raising the handle.
Just watch this. Just hang in a second. Give me a shot of this. 2 seconds. Okay, the A to B line. We break it down into component parts one step at a time. No, because when you blend it, things get thrown out of shape. But they get twisted. If I just do one hand, so there's the wagon. Tap, 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 forward press, take away. Low loading, backswing to the top. Now, as I start down, it's a combination. As this goes down, it just doesn't go down like that. It goes down with the hip there. So now this is in line. Now,
Yeah.
this swivels and locks the armpit in. Okay. What happens is the right hand's here. It's just gonna keep going down to the ball.
And your handle's going up. It's not
Well-
going down like it was when you were hitting those shots. The handle's
Well,
rising. If you
Well,
keep
there's
the
this.
hand,
When this is here like this, that's the difference there. What we're trying to do here, Lee, is to stop this.
I understand.
We
I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
we don't want. So when this goes in line, the hand goes up. You can't. You can't. You can't. The hand is there. That hand is not the same as it is at address because it's there. It's not here. Now, when you add the pivot to it, this is happening in the drill, which is so it goes there, there, and then there, and then there, around the corner. So
But
at high speed, at speed, when you put dynamics on it, it'll never get down to there. And this part here will only happen on this side of the equation. Just bear with it for a second longer, maybe a minute, maybe an hour. But the difference between a static drill and the dynamics,
you're preaching to the choir. I know
I
that.
understand, but what I'm saying is, in the drill, when you do the yardstick drill, you're wanting to get this in line. Now, it's going to get in line not here. It's going to get in line somewhere on this side.
Correct.
So, but you train it in with a yardstick. You're trying to get it in line here, so that when the pivot does take it around, if I go out to the ball, there, and I push out to the ball. Now I haven't rotated the club face. What happens now? The left wrist rotates, but also the right forearm straightens. It's not a twisting of the hand as much as it is a combination of left hand curling
You're uncocking and rolling.
and locking. It doesn't roll. It rolls that. It uncock, and then you go to the ball. And then from there, now this part here, which we've got, as you see, I'm up here rather than down here. When I put dynamics onto it, that cannot happen back here. It'll happen over here. It'll happen around here. So the yardstick drill is still very valid because it stops this, it gets this going, and it gets the right side releasing. And if this releases in the drill, if this releases here, this corresponds with that. You're not going to get blocked here. And you're on top of it rather than hanging back. So as a feeling when you're swinging a golf club, I'm been just doing it a little bit here, right? So when I feel my hands stay down there, basically down there, they're not going out there. They just, they lock in down here, they stay tight. Let me see what happens in this one. Hands low. Now, if I was to,
I just think that,
it's still a hand, it's using my
I'm
hands
not,
to release my
no,
hips.
I'm not saying that that's not incorrect. I think that's fine. But that move, whatever left, right hand, right arm push out to the ball is what is a motion that I don't think is necessary. Let's put it that way. That's just I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah, I hear it. It's not pushing, it's only in the, it's in here
Well,
when
you
you're
are,
doing static.
you're pushing on a 45-degree angle, and
Yeah, you're
the
pushing
hand,
down and out.
right, the hand is going to
You're
rise,
not pushing
handle's
up,
going to
you're not
rise.
pushing up and out. Yeah. Well, I'm pushing down and out. If I don't go down and out here, it's not going to go around here.
Yeah, it
And-
is. If I turn my body, if I let my hands move my
No.
body, it'll turn around there.
I said, if I don't do that, I can think of my body and hit with my body. We're into a hand control pivot. I'm doing this with my hands, not my hips. My hips are moving nicely.
I totally get that.
So
Totally get that. But you're also hitting those shots, and the club head is not moving from the inside, hits low point and going down the line a little bit. The club is going from low point left. It goes into low point and then comes back left.
I agree totally, but
And why don't we tell people that? Why
Well,
don't we
we
tell
are.
them that? It's not going to
We
screw up
just-
their swing. It's not going to screw them up if they do that.
what are you going to tell them? And what would you say? The precision of what you're going to say?
I would do the same thing. I just wouldn't put right hand, right arm push going out so my hands are separating from my stomach. I think once you get the handle closed, once you do the first swivel, you can feel the left hand resist the right hand push, and you can go all the way around over to 11 without feeling like you're going out.
Okay, let me see. A to B. So
Go down to 7. Go down to 8. Will you do right hand, right arm push?
First of all, I'll get up to 6. I want to be in a decent position A. Now I could just do that, but that's
Right,
not when I push the left back against the right, the hip turns at the same time.
Okay, now the face is going to close. The face is going to close in that interval.
Yeah, so square to the
Right.
A to
Now,
B line.
if
Yeah.
you keep the pressure in the hands down and push the club around in a circle, keep going. Don't go out. Keep going. You come back
I miss
around
the
the
ball.
other side, and see
doesn't
now
get
you're
it-
back to 10 and 11. You don't have that little push that you're getting right there in the move. It's not there. That push up opens the face.
It does look a little high, Pete, when you're coming, you know.
I mean,
just-
it's how you're doing the drill.
What would you want me to do? Keep this down like this?
Yeah, I do want you.
no,
Okay, they'll go back
no,
and go back to 6.
You're
Wait a minute. Peter,
unhinge it.
Let me do, Chris. Let me do
Yeah,
this.
sorry.
Peter, go back to where you do left hand, left arm swivel. I can't see you. Hang on a sec. Let me
Yeah.
pin you. Just a minute. I got to pin you. Okay, you're right there. Right there. Now, what you're doing now is you're pushing down as you're put pressure in the left hand, pressure in the right hand. Now push down and let the tip of the yardstick go around in a circle. Keep going. keep going, keep going. That's what I think we should be doing.
Okay, well, the club would never get to the ball. This end
No,
of the stick
because
never
you're
gets to
standing up. You're standing up. Go back and do it in a golf posture. Now go. Don't go out. You're moving your hands. You moved
No,
your hands 6 inches away.
that's as far as I can go without moving my hands. I
Okay,
brought them down to
I-
here, and then I just now turn. I'm here.
No, but
Well-
okay, go down and do the first part again. You didn't swivel left hand, left arm. Now swivel the left hand arm. Now, right now push down and go around. Now you will go around on the circle. You don't need to go out. You can go around the corner. Keep going around.
Yeah,
There,
the club never,
you've
the
got
end-
the
end of
motion.
stick- I got that motion.
And you
but the
didn't-
bo- the club never got to the ball.
Well-
The end of the stick never gets to the ball.
Well, your end of the stick is where you are when you started.
Here's where I started.
Yeah, you're not at the ball right there. When you do that drill, the stick is at the same spot it was when you started.
Down to here.
Now
Over.
swivel, go
out
around.
to
Now,
there.
yeah, that stick is almost, I'm looking at it, it's almost at the same spot it was. It's at the same level it was when you at address.
Not there it is. It's
It'll
different.
be that way if you keep pushing down. Push down, push down. It'll be there. Keep going around the corner. Keep turning. There you go.
The visual where I've been out is I've been trying to make this end point to the ball.
I understand. Yeah, I don't
But-
think you need
but-
to do that.
See, it points at the ball there. From where I'm looking, the back of the flat edge is right behind the ball. Now, when I get back to here, and I'm down here and I go here. Now I
Twist
go
it.
out so far. Now, if I go around the corner, it never actually went back to it because my hand's not. I see. Now I got it. I got this. It's this action here that stops the club from going out to the ball. To look like it's going at the ball. But let me hit a ball with that. Very good. It's a visual. You don't need to. Well, after holding that yardstick, this thing feels funny.
Peter, do a practice swing inside the ball and hit the mat
I'm going to hit the tee out
or
here.
hit the tee. That's fine. I don't care. Whatever.
Here's the target.
See, the difference is when you're doing that, I think you stay in your posture better through the ball, and you don't need to have that extra uncocking down to the ball to get to the ball. Because you stay in your posture better. You're pushing down with the handle.
Right, it's on that tree is just on the line. Very good. Thanks, Lee. This is good. Good. Still got plenty of balls to get. Bring it over a little bit further, so thanks. I'm just going to miss the tree.
Chris, do you have any comments?
Well, the comments, I've never really liked the how high the hands get, Pete, around the impact area there. I mean, it probably gets back to you and me having a discussion about the unhinging of the hands. Like when my hands unhinge, they unhinge like to a point, and then, but I need to go more around the corner, definitely. I think you need to go around the corner. I just think they get a little high and it makes things locked up and blocked a bit. Yeah.
Yep. You don't want, I'm not trying to go up here. I don't want to hit the ball like that. I'm just trying to club it at the ball and it goes, it's not going to extend. At the moment of impact, it's going to still be like that. It's going to, that extension is going to happen to me. And, look at these things. It's on this side here. Once you get through here, not down here, it's going to go into line. The more it goes into line, the less chance it's got of doing that. So it's either going to go this way or this way.
Now, if I had a comment, I think that a bent left wrist and a flat right or arched right wrist is only bad if it's done before impact. The club, if it's going to move through the ball, is going to move from flexion extension. It's not going to. You're moving the handle around you, so you're moving your hands from flexion. The left goes from arch to bent, and the right goes from bent to arched. And as long as you keep pushing those hands down and keep them down, the body moves the club around you. It moves it out to low point, and then it lets the club come back past low point to the inside. You don't go low point. You don't go ball left, you go low point left, because you're going down to the bottom of the arc and then you're coming back around the other side.
Back on what you're saying, low point of the club into the ground. You're talking about low
You
point.
go to low point and then you go left, but you're going around the corner.
Correct.
Peter, do this for me. Just okay. Put both hands on the golf club. Move back. Address the ball. I don't want you to hit the ball. I want you to go something in slow motion.
Okay, it's it.
Okay, go back. Now go up. Now come down with the club. Let the club come down. Okay, now look at the arc of the club head. Take the club head toward the ball. Now keep on going. Keep on going. Let it go around this way. Your hands stayed low and went around you. That's reverse engineering the hand path.
Yep. Yeah, they're not going up there.
No.
No, they go around here. Yeah.
They have to, because the hands have to move in response to what the club head is doing. The arc that the club head's making. There's your motion.
Easy. Throw and go. Don't hang back or hang down.
Yeah, keep the hands low. Keep the hands low and go low. There you go. Yeah, you can do that. And I just think that the yardstick drill with the right hand push with the handle going up is unnecessary.
When it's down here, the yardstick is in line here.
Okay, but
like
right now you're square. Now keep your hands low and let the club move in a circle. Let the club head move in a circle. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, just like that. Exactly, just like that. Move it around like that. See, whenever you raise that handle up, the club face stays open, and now I have to twist the left wrist in order to square it. If you keep the handle down, push down and keep the handle down and go around, the club is squaring automatically as you do that.
Yep. So what we say is when your hands stay low, your hips can go.
That's right. That's right.
Been saying it for years. It's just we want to get it down low here, and it doesn't go
For
up high.
sure. Yeah.
It
And when
stays
you
low.
take it, exactly, when you take it up like that, it would be a modification of the yardstick drill that would let the people swing on an arc. When I used to teach going inside out down the line when I would chip, and about 15 years ago I changed that, and I let the club go in an arc around me. Perfect. That's it. That's just where I'm at. That's just where I'm somewhat at in my head right now.
Fine to me.
That looks better, Pete.
Feels super.
Hmm.
Super. Feels like I'm connected.
Say again?
Feels like I'm connected.
Yeah. It's almost like you set the club and you create that small Y in your wrist and the club shaft, and now you can turn your body and you can go around like that in the face of square.
One thing that trying to keep your head there is a no. Trying to stay behind the ball, but if you throw it properly, your head,
Yeah, it goes that. Yeah, the
your
club
head,
is going to engineer where the hands go.
your head stays or doesn't. Oh, yeah, how the consistency, eh? The distance, relax and release.
And then I won't have to tell the club. I won't have to tell you that the club is going too much down the target line anymore.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Trick is to stay in the shot. This stays
Yeah.
down. It doesn't come up.
Yeah, just I mean, and in reality, what takes it down is as you're going through there, I think you feel a little bit more right side bend because your chest is rotating open as you're doing that. Excellent. Yeah, yeah.
So it's going up this way. It's not staying there. Good stuff. Okay, thanks. That was a really nice session. Thank you. Thanks for fixing my
I'm
kitchen.
sorry.
I don't know what. No.
Huh?
The truth never hurts. Well, it shouldn't, but it does. You got to let go. It's a case of going with the flow. I gotta hit some more
Well,
balls.
I mean, yeah, you can just go. I think those look good. I really do.
What's good about it is it is a fly. It's no steering. Just there's the ball.
Let me, Pete, let me ask you a question. Do you feel the club head moving in an arc better around you, around low point?
I don't feel any hold. I'm
Okay.
not holding on. There's no holding
That's
on.
what I mean. There's no stall in your body. The body's not stalling. The body's moving.
Exactly. There's no stop at impact. There's a throw and a go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch the ball a little longer.
Chris, any comment? Anything else?
I think you said it, if it stalls, stalls the club goes out to the right. Yeah, it's got to stay connected. Like Pete's always, you've always said it like a ice skater on ice, that the hands they push down, they get close to the pivot, and then when the hands are low, the hips can go.
Yeah, I think
when
that's perfect. I've never said that. Never feel that, but it's totally right. When the hands are down,
mm,
hands are low, then it's easy for you to move around the corner. It's easier for you to move through the impact zone.
yeah,
And the face is more square to the arc is I think the reason why it's that way. That would be my preference. There's less rate of closure as I'm doing that through the ball.
Consistent, freewheeling.
and that's looking at a better path through the ball, Pete.
Feels good. Feels good.
Watching it there, it looks good.
What I like is the feeling of no strain. Up here, no strain.
Right.
Yeah, there's more. Like Paul the
Peter,
other day went. Yeah.
do you feel that the club is a little bit in front of the right side, more so in front of the center when you're doing that? That's the part that really feels different to me when I do this.
When I do this, I throw it. If
Okay.
the
Yeah,
hands
yeah.
are on
So
this
you're on
side,
your right
they're
side.
not
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
They
you're
never
on your
get past.
yeah. Okay.
There's no run. The arms don't run past the body. The hands push the pivot.
They push it out of the way. Yeah, there you go.
In the net. Watch the balls.
Peter hit one into the hoop.
Yeah, another couple of extra guards. Okay. Carry to the hoop, but I pulled it. Didn't come up enough. Stay up. Separate the club head. Not too soon. Didn't throw. Go and throw. Golf ball's got to pick up now. Okay, watch the ball smooth in the groove. Very high. Maybe a yard short.
Peter, have you ever just stop for a sec? Have you ever thrown if you were hitting the balls inside with a net or a, a wall, a net there, have you ever thrown the ball? Have you ever thrown the club forward? No, the shaft, the whole club. So it makes about one circle and hits flat against in front of on the target line. It hits flat against the
net like that.
yeah, but you let it go.
I'll let this go.
Yeah. So the club went down the target line. If you do it with your hands down and you let the club release, you won't go straight ahead, you'll go up to the left. Yeah, you'll throw it up that way. Because you're turning facing the target more. Chris, did you record this?
Yeah, that's good, right?
Huh?
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I thought you said you were going to record it.
So what's the outcome of that, Pete, for you and for the system?
System, there's no difference. In the sense that it's just a case of putting emphasis without. Just looking at the yardstick drill. Looking at the yardstick drill here. The difference is, well, I'm still, when it's up here, my head's back here, so I just, now from here, I go around the corner, that's where the yardstick drill goes. So we don't change that yardstick drill because that's really just working on everything down to kind of the impact zone there. It's not, if we're here and we're here, then the club, the stick never really gets, this end never really gets out to the ball. So I think the club head, if you started throwing it from the side here, it's going to go down and out to the ball. The energy, once this is propelled, once it's thrown, if you let go of it at any stage down here, then if the club head fell off, threw off the, once you got it going in that direction, it will go down that way. It won't go down, it won't go around the corner here. And I don't want to tell people at the moment that they have to go to here and then go around the corner like this. I don't want to have that. I can't have that. I still believe at this moment in my life right now that this, when it gets to here, which basically when you look at it from this angle, you're here. When this swivels and there's no arm travel out there. Now the right arm, all it's doing is straightening. And it goes as far as it goes. And what you're saying, Lee, is that from there, you just go around the corner, correct?
Pretty much, but I think that I would be square. I would be right there. Now, yeah, I would be back there. I would be closer. I would be a little bit more to the right with the face square. So I would swivel harder. Yeah. And then now from there, I can, now as I push with my right against the resisting left, it's going to activate the left side more. And the left side will move out of the way.
I can't go any further than that, okay? Now what has to happen is now I go around the corner. You have to break the back doing that. That's the other thing. You can only go so far before you're going to hurt. Someone's going to hurt themselves.
Right. Okay.
That's not okay. We don't want to put undue strain on the back, especially as the older clients that we mostly have. And the younger guys, you don't want them to have it for a long time either. Otherwise, they're going to do damage. Like I'm in pretty good shape, joint wise. Not too much there, but it's lessening at the moment. Quite considerably coming down, so that's good. So now from here, now see how basically my hands block out the side of my back foot. They're not out here. They come down to there. They can't, the upper body's jamming it there. Now when I turn that, now when I push the right hand going A to B, now I haven't gone away. I've just kept this. I've kept this here. Well, it's not constant because the right arm straightening will take it down, out, and away further. It's low.
Why don't you add some rotation there?
Well, I've turned there so far. I'm breaking the swing down into pieces. I've got this piece here is That's one piece. That's, you know, what that piece is doing is all it's done is locking the upper arm so that it won't disconnect. And it keeps this connected there now, and also makes this hand get in a bent here. This is what it's the right wrist back, and then the right arm now goes straight. As the right arm goes straight, it pushes the right shoulder goes with it. And the shoulders will go down and deeper. Now that's as far as I can go. Now that's back there. So now it's square. Now what you're doing, now I understand what you're doing. You've got to here and here, and now as you push down, I'm going down as much as I can here, and out as far as I can here. Now I turn around. What you're doing is when you get to here and here, you start turning everything around. That's the difference. You're just turning one step early.
One of them swivels the pelvis and the other one posts up at the pelvis. Posts it. One of them's an arm swing, one of them's a body swing, in my opinion.
Well, we're a hands control everything. Hands control the arms. What I've done here, my hands and arms are locked in. When I'm here, my hands and arms are locked in.
Okay, now close the club. Close it.
That's closed.
Now with the left resisting and the right pushing, let the body move.
Yeah, what'll happen?
Yeah, there you go.
This is a pivot early.
Now you're going around the corner. Now, is it a?
What I would do is,
yeah,
then it comes around.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what we do. It's not what I want to do. It's what we do at the moment. And I don't want to lose that. Yeah. No, and I don't want to lose that ability for the student to want to actually go as down deep as possible into the ball rather than just come up and around it. Because most people top it, or not top it, they hit thin and hit behind the ball. So when you get to here and here, when I go right hand, right arm, A to B push, I can go so far. Now I can go a little further, that's about it, but now I haven't changed this. This hasn't gone any higher. Just the tilt stopped me there. Now I come around the corner. What I was getting with yours, your idea was when you get to here and here, just pivot around. His hands low, and just pivot.
Yeah, and you pivot around, but keep the hands to the right of in front of your right leg.
Yeah, you haven't got that extra.
I don't have that extra piece. No, I don't have that in there.
That's all. It's just what can happen is that I'm going to just do it. I'm going to go between the two ideas. We already are saying a large case, it's a hands and hips game. It's not an arms and shoulder game. But you still have arms and shoulders, but they're not leaders, they're followers. These are staying in the shot a little longer. My hands, when I come around this side on that swing, my hands are still there. They're not out. They're not up there. They haven't got disconnected here. Once they hit the ball, they're around the corner. Now, if I go with what you were asking me to do, was to start to release the whole right side, the pivot a little bit earlier. I think there's a lock. This locks in. It's not going higher. When I do this, to me, I'll get to there. There's all levels of this too. You can get to here and just do this without leave the pivot here totally. Then you could just press a little bit back with that one, which activates the left hip, left leg, and pushes the shoulder up a little bit, and that gets you deeper down here. Now I can do that. And then the right arm, right hand, right arm, A to B push, gets me so far. Now, to me, that's from where my visual equivalent, that club is on the ball, the club faces open. So now I let it go there. Okay, so whereas if you get to here and swivel, I got that far. Now, if I just kick to go to here and then turn around the corner, just turning earlier.
Yeah.
It's just turning earlier, which definitely will not let the arms go past you this way. You have more chance of the hands and arms staying, as you say, on the right side of your body, as opposed to getting on the left side.
You remember whenever we were in Phoenix, the hula hoop I had in my car, and I had you swing the hula hoop, and you turned the face and went over your head instead of going around you?
That's a while ago. That's a couple of years ago now.
No, it was last April. Not this April of 2023.
April 23, yeah, that's a year and a half ago, yeah. More. Anyway, I'm just going to hit a couple more just to get my hands low. That's the big thing.
If you do the arch stick drill with the hands lower, that's good.
I want to keep pushing till my arms aren't going past my body. It's got to here, into here. Now, what takes the stick and my hands and arms to the ball is the pivot and the right arm straightening. That's all. And the right arm straightening certainly is going away from the body downwards. It's not staying in here.
And see, I would feel the right hand staying closer to my body, pushing down toward the ground.
You want to keep it here.
I wanted, and I'm gonna let my body turn around. Yes, and the club head will go out to the ball. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
It'll stay around with centrifugal force. We'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
And momentum.
I mean, you're fighting centrifugal force. The club wants to go up because you're throwing it up in the air. You've got to fight that thing to keep the club so it stays workable. So the club head arc can go from inside to inside.
You're not throwing the club up in the air. You're throwing the club head down. It's not going up in the room. You're not going up and going down. It hits low point, and then it goes around.
Forget it.
We're both agreeing on this. Okay. The one part that I have a preference for is when I get to here and here, then the right arm goes straight. Now, if I just do the line straight, that's there. If I take the shoulders, just a second.
Right, I've got to go, gents.
Hello, Peter
anyway,
Croker speaking.
Fantastic. I'm going to end the
Okay.
session in the
Yeah,
recording.
go ahead and end
Okay?
it. I'm going to hang up.
I did a